Greetings, fellow airsoft nerds and fellow business entrepreneurial airsoft nerds. We're going to talk about how I specifically recommend and how I execute basically building a community and then making money off that community you built. If that sounds douchey, too fucking bad. Welcome to business. So it starts base level community building starts with having a not shitty field. You don't have to have a great field. It just has to be not shitty. Here's how you have a not shitty field. And granted, this is really its own video. You take care of your employees. You make sure you're paying them. I'm not talking about like, oh, you get some free play and some Doritos and you work fucking 6 hours for me. No. At least minimum wage, maybe a little bit higher, W-2 employees. Guys, because those dudes are going to show up. Because if they don't, they get fired and then they go into their next job interview with a termination. Make sure you're taking care of your own employees. Make sure those employees represent your business well, are creative, are personal, are actually people you want to hire and not just, fuck man, you're the only dude to apply in the last 3 months. Like, that's not the way to go. I'm telling you, look harder for employees and you will find them. So there's that. You have to have creative games. You have to actually care about trying to keep your field clean. You have to give a shit about making your field fun. And I know for a lot of people, it's like, I just want to do the same shit, right? I mean, if you want to tag those fields, you can go right ahead in the comments, right? You have to care about your field. You have to make sure it's fun. You have to make sure you're mixing up the games. You have to entice your players to come back. If you have also a shop. Now, keep in mind, in this video, I'm talking about using a brick and mortar retail presence and a field together. You can kind of do them both. You can kind of do just one or the other, but it's a lot easier to do this when you have a field and a store because it's going to open you up to more streams of revenue, which means more revenue means more money. More money means you can do more cool gangster shit. As you have that cool field, you are building up your customer base. You're creating new customers, but you're also getting return business, which means those players from last weekend want to keep coming back. That's your base model shit. That is the biggest chunk of revenue you are going to get is field fees and rentals. And if you're not fucking tearing your hair out trying to figure out how to get more and more of that business, hit me up. Slide my DMs. I'll give you my email. You can give me a number for how much you want to sell your field for because I'll probably end up buying it anyway. Just saying. So, it starts with a base model field, right? A good field that people want to come back to. Then, you take your retail presence. You have good products. Not just cheap shit. You have good shit. You have like beginning, middle, and advanced level rifles. So your combat machines going up to like your ARP9 platforms, or like you have that like low 90s to low mid 200s. You've got the mid 200s to about low 3s, and you've got the higher 280s to about like mid 300s. Those 3 tiers. But you're actually intelligent with the products you carry on. You're not just throwing shit up there because it was on sale from the dealer. That's a horrible way to do shit. But you have good products. Shit that doesn't break. You have good parts. You have good upgrade parts. You have external parts. You have tracers. You have room for that player, that customer, to buy a base model product, which is the gun, and then keep coming back for upgrades, just like we do with cars. They're going to come back for, new trigger jobs and shit like that. You need techs. You need good techs. You need techs that know how to sell. I'll fucking put my store staff to include my techs against any store in the country. I'll fucking throw them against. I'm telling you they're better. They're better salespeople. They're better techs. They're damn sure better salespeople because I actually have influence. Like, hey, don't use those words again. Hey, don't say that again. Poor Neo. If you've been to my store, I have cussed Neo out for like what I want him to say and what I don't want him to say. But I control to an extent like this is the delivery you're going to use. Like, you're not going to say this, you are going to say that. Don't fucking say this or I'll kill you. I think that was actually what I said to him. Anyway, you have a good field. You have a good store. That is your baseline stream of revenue. Once you have established that, and you can start kind of going into niches, reaching out to like, sponsoring some teams and stuff like that. But once you have your baseline consistent revenue stream, once you get your nice, consistent, revolving revenue going in, they play Saturday, Sunday, and then they have fun. And then they come in, I don't know, either that weekend or maybe sometime during the week, and they go, this is a lot of fun, but I want to do this. Oh, and then you sell them a tracer unit or a new hop-up or something. But something from the weekend influences their next buying decision, or a night game or an event that you have or something like that. Then you are able to reach out and start doing basically what most fields would call a sponsorship. Tacos, for instance. Look at how much we take care of the tacos. We've paid for their NSL line. The company paid for that, which was $6, $7, something in there. Wasn't cheap. It was about the price of an actual gun. We've paid for their syndicate stuff. We throw them fat, product discounts and all that other stuff. Who else do we hook up? So that's like the main sponsorship, like the top tier focused sponsorship. I guess like a team, or I'll call it like a focused sponsorship basically, but it's a package that is specific to them. Now again, the reason I'm able to create that package and do those cool things is because going back, I have a solid field and a solid store that's better than everyone else. So then you look at like what I was doing for the NSL event. So because I have a store, anyone that was registered for NSL, I hooked it up with that BB bundle package thing, which was pretty good, especially if the guys were coming from out of town. If you looked at Milsim West, where did we go? Azeri Assault in October. That was at George Air Force Base. I put out, hey, if you're going to Milsim West and you want to get your shit tuned up, bring it in, and we will put you in the front of the line for free. Now, we didn't do like a free 24-hour service, but we would, if little Timmy drops off his ARP9 on Tuesday or whatever to do for Titan install or whatever, and then little Johnny comes in and little Johnny wants the same thing, but he's going to Milsim West, we're getting little Johnny's gun first because he's going to Milsim West because I said I would do that. So now all those guys are going to know I fucks with the fun. All the Milsim West kids know where to go. So there's that. And then from there, you can start doing your sponsorship stuff. If it's for an event, which is usually a little bit more broader and not really as like financially focused on save the player money. I will do stuff like that. So I'm going to do for Kharkiv, anyone that's registered for Kharkiv, we're going to do like 10% off all internal and externals for guns, and front of the line for tech work. I'm going to do that for every Milsim West event. Pause. Pepsi. But that's sort of a broad, generic sponsorship deal thing, or whatever you want to do. But again, I'm able to do that. I'm not going to lose my shirt because we have a solid field that keeps building us good money every weekend, and we have a solid store that last week we made like 10 grand. Granted, it's also Christmas, but look at how gangster the field is. Look at how gangster the store is, and it's no wonder that we're doing so much good business because we're not greedy motherfuckers. That's the other thing. Keep in mind, this is an unscripted rant in the middle of the night. Merry Christmas to everyone, by the way. That's the other thing. If you start getting greedy, meaning there's a difference between making a profit, a reasonable profit, and getting greedy. When we start, if you start charging, what does this usually cost at a gas station? A normal can of soda? $1. So let's say you go to a field and this is $5 or $3 for a can of soda. That's kind of greedy. Or like a Red Bull is $6. Like a normal, like the small one, $6. The fuck are you doing? We sell them for $3. What are you doing for? We have a Costco account. Or you'll see some stores. This is what fucking irks my shit. You'll see some stores that are charging like $210 or something like that, or $215 or $220 for for a base model combat machine. This the Raider CQBs with the little quad rail that we use for rentals. We sell them for $198. We might take them up to $200 at the start of the year, but you'll see dudes that are charging like way above that. Like, that's kind of greedy. So I don't fucks with that, and we don't fucks with that as a company, because also I relate it to, we're a Christian company, and greed is something we try to keep a tight lid on, because that's not a part of our religious beliefs. So we're not going to bring that into our store. That's just not how we gets down. So, base model field, solid base field, solid base store. From there, once you start making good money, you can start dipping and diving into fun, silly niches. So I can go to tacos and go, hey, this tournament's coming up in Sacramento, Stockton, San Diego, wherever. We'll pay your field fee. And obviously, you know, standing order, you guys get, I don't know, whatever fat discount is that. I think we give tacos 15% off everything in the store, I think. My employee, we also give our staff 15% as well. Oh, so what's your employee discount, player that works at a store? I give my guys 15 if it's in store. Or if they want to just order it offline or online, I just give it to them for like cost plus shipping and like 5% extra. Fuck do I care? Because I'm not trying to make money off my staff, again, because I have this gangster field where I'm getting 60 to 100 kids on a weekend. Easy. But again, going back too many points, circling back many, many times, we're not greedy. We refuse to do like miserly shit. Like, we didn't want to increase our field fees because we felt bad. We did it because we have to. But if we could have just been happy with $20 for a field, we would have done it, because we're not greedy. And we fucks with the community. So, you have to have a good field. Good field that you actually give a shit about. And you have to have a manager that knows, yo, my manager's gangster. He's more gangster than your manager. I'm going to throw that out there. You bring me any field's manager, my field manager is better than yours. My store manager, way better than yours. Just throwing that out there, bro. I'd love to see some numbers. I'd love to argue it. Bring them out. Let's figure it out. My staff's better than yours, straight up. So then you can also start doing, I know this is going to hurt a lot of like some of you smooth brain business dudes out there. Have fun. Here's what one of the things I'm going to start doing in the store. Those Polaroid cameras. I'm going to buy one. I think they're like, the good ones on Amazon are like $200. We're going to buy a Polaroid camera, and for anyone that brings their gun in to get worked on, the tech, we're going to take a picture of the tech either like dreading or loving or just doing some sort of goofy thing with the gun, and we're going to slide that in their gun bag if they bring a gun bag. I'll probably start doing that in the next couple weeks. But I got that from DBS, which is a company that I really love, because if you want to see a company that knows what customer service is all about without really like saying it's customer service and just sort of having fun, look at DBS. The other one is Amped. Amped is one of the most gangster I will say I do in some cases bow before Amped, because their level of gangster is fucking top tier. Super top tier. So, we'll sum this up. Gotta have a fucking shit tight field. Gotta have a shit tight store. From there, start reaching out to events and just saying, hey, if you're going to this event, 10% off parts. Or, hey, if you're doing this, we have this special deal for guys going here. But you have to give people a reason to come into your store or to come to your field for cool events. Now, people are going to think, oh, that's brilliant. That's so smart. Oh, you're so nice. That's just basic bitch level business. That's nothing. But imagine, here from a field match, from a dude that's been doing this for about 6 years now, the bar for a good field or a good shop is so low. We're only, honestly, C plus, B minus, in my opinion. But you could be the smartest kid in the class with a C minus if everyone else is dumber than you. And that's kind of what the airsoft industry is. Like, there are so many terrible stores and fields out there because their managers are just fucking dead inside. It's not hard to rise above and be like, hey, we're doing this thing for guys going to Milsim West. People like, oh, that's brilliant. Oh, my God, you're so nice. Oh, you love the community. Like, well, what? It just seems like normally you could watch a YouTube video and figure this out. Like, this is community college intro to business level shit. Oh, because guys that run these businesses are so dead inside. That's what it's all about. Merry Christmas.